Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick mini lesson on evaluating expressions. Now, evaluating expressions is under algebra, and algebra is kind of a way we think more often than you realize. But expressions are basically, they're just math problems. They're addition problems, subtraction problems. This is an expression. 4 plus question mark equals 6. It's a simple one, but basically, if there's a missing number, a missing piece to it, then it's an expression. This question mark, the thing that can change, is well, it's kind of a variable. Well, not this one, but 4 plus blank equals 6. This is an expression because we need to find something in there. What's the question mark? Well, 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now, if I said, I'll change it to a true expression. If I said 4 minus question mark equals, and I can say over here, question mark can be a couple different things. The first thing, it could be 1. All right, so if question mark was 1, 4 minus 1 equals, well, 3. What if I said question mark was 2? Well, then 4 minus, well, what is the question mark here? 2 equals 2. So with expressions in algebra, we can change what this question mark is. Okay? So let's say I wanted to do this. I wanted to say some number times 4. And this number is going to change. This question mark is going to change, and we're going to decide what it is from time to time. Well, what they do in algebra in solving these expressions is, instead of putting a question mark, they put a small letter. That is called the variable. And in math, they almost always use a little letter. They might use the letter A. They might use the letter B. They might use a symbol. Like Mr. Singh had used today, a smiley face. But it's true, they can use a symbol in its place, but usually they use a small letter. So instead of a question mark, what if I said A times 4 equals, and I left it blank? So what we have to do now is, usually they're going to tell us what A is going to be. They might say over here, and they'll separate it with a little semicolon. Well, we want A to be 3. All you have to do is discover, well, they've got a letter in here. That means there's going to be some mystery number. I've got to find it. Oh, look, they told us the mystery number is 3. So I block this off. That's 3. So right underneath it, I change A is 3. All right, change A to 3. And then rewrite the problem. Times 4 equals 12. They tell us what to put in there. They said A is some number. I don't know what it is. Oh, right here, they told us what it is. It's 3. All right, cool. So whenever A is whatever A is, I say what it is. It's 3, I put 3 in there. If A was 4, well, I go ahead, oh, A times 4 equals question mark. Oh, A is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and in place of A, it says it's 4. I'm just going to put it right in there. 4 times 4 equals 16. That is called evaluating the expression. When they tell you, or you have to figure out what the letter is, represents, oh, look here, it's 4. You just go ahead and substitute that in, and then solve the problem. Evaluate the expression really means solve the problem. Let's go ahead and start out with a few that I've already written. 10 minus s. And right here, it says this little semicolon, that's what that is called. It says s is supposed to equal 4. So now automatically in this problem, whenever you see the letter S, you go, oh, well, that's 4. All right, so what you're going to do is S underneath, write what it is. S is 4. Okay, done. This should look familiar from our order of operations video. And then we just do 10 minus 4. And evaluate the expression means solve the problem. 10 minus 4 is 6. Here's another one. 5 times P, and it's in parentheses, notice, minus 6. So they want us to evaluate this expression. Now, don't be confused by what's after the semicolon. All they're doing is telling us this is what P is going to be. It's going to be 4. So whenever you see P in this expression, this problem, you substitute the number 4 in there. All right, well, I can do that. I can almost cross it off here and stick in 4. Okay, but what I really want to do is write it down below it. 5 times 4, put it in parentheses, minus 6, and then evaluate it. It means equals, it means solve it. All right, now we actually have to do our order of operations. Remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, left to right. Well, we have to do parentheses first, so that's 5 times 4. Well, what's 5 times 4? 20. I solve it right below it. Any exponents? No. Any multiplication? We already did that. We did what was in the parentheses first. Addition, subtraction. Copy the problem down. Look, just carried it on down. I finished that part. 20 minus 6, evaluate the expression. 20 minus 6 is 14. All right, carrying on. This time it gets just a little bit more confusing because what they've done is they've stuck a number and a letter, a variable, right next to each other. Here's the secret. Whenever you see a number and a small letter, which is a variable in algebra especially, right next to each other, that means multiply. And what I do is I put just a little tiny times symbol in between them to let me remember, oh, I have to multiply those two. And also it separates them. So now I can look at it, it says, oh, 7 times a plus 3 equals. Now remember, this part just tells us, after the semicolon tells us what a is supposed to be. Anytime you see a, you stick in a 5. All right, I'm going to cover it up. Well, I see an a right here, so below it I'm going to put what it's supposed to be. A is a 5, and I copy the rest of the problem down, just like order of operations. 7 times 5 plus 3 equals. And now that I've done that, look, a is equal to 5, and it makes sense. 7 times 5 plus 3. Now I have to do order of operations. Okay, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I've got to do multiplication. Do I have any parentheses? No. Do I have any exponents? No. I do have multiplication right there, left to right. 7 times 5, well, I'm going to solve that first. 7 times 5 is 35. Then I copy the rest of the problem down. Then I've got addition, subtraction. 35 plus 3 is 38. That's my answer. I have evaluated the expression. They say that whenever they do algebra, and they've got a variable in there. Okay? Now for this final example for us. We're going to have 18 divided by, and in parentheses we've got 6 plus s. And then look over here at the end. There's a semicolon. It says every time you see an s, put in 3. All right, well, let's cover it up and look back here. Do I see an s? Right there. So I'm going to go ahead and sneak in here and make it a 3. Now you could also, below it, rewrite it just like this. 6 plus 3, which is what I prefer to do. Now all we have to do is solve it. But remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? We've got to solve anything in parentheses first. We go from left to right, but parentheses go first. Look, got to do parentheses. What is 6 plus 3? The problem in the parentheses. 6 plus 3 is 9. All right, I did that one. Now let's go ahead and rewrite the rest of this before we go on. Okay, 18 divided by 9. Now let's look. Any exponents? No. Any multiplication or division? Now remember, with left to right, multiplication or division, you can do in either order. If division comes first, you do the division first. If multiplication comes first, you do the multiplication first. Oh, look, division first, it's no problem. 18 divided by 9. I can do that. Equals 2. There's no addition or subtraction, so I'm done right here. We have evaluated the expression. So basically, we took what we learned with order of operations, and now we're using a variable. And again, remember, whenever you see the variable in there, this one happened to be s, just find out what s is. S is 3. And then whenever you see s, you put in a 3. And that is a little bit about evaluating expressions.